Hi. Well, it's another beautiful day, and today I want to talk about a couple things. Number one, somebody asked me, how can I get along without my self esteem? Well, first of all, what is yourself? Uh, the self you're referring to when you say self esteem is your fake identity. That's what it is, okay? I know that we all love ourselves and we think we're great, which we are, okay? But who you really are, who you are inside, is your fake identity, not the self that you think you are, because that's fake. You're a soul. You're part of the cosmic consciousness, okay? Now, I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do, but if you want to be free, okay, which I assume you do, you got to get rid of yourself. That's the only way, by accepting that that is not you. Therefore, self esteem is just out of the picture, okay? The part of you that you're supposed to love and look up to, that's the self esteem. That's your soul. Soul esteem. I don't even know what the word esteem means. But anyway, I esteem you and your soul, which are one. Okay, that's enough about that question. So, the other thing I want to talk about today was, what are you going to do with your life? Now, I've said before that you don't have a life because the past is dead. We all think of our lives as something that's along a timeline, and the fact is that's just bullshit. There's no time. There is only now. That is all you have. That's all you have to do what must be done. Everything that has ever been done in this world was done now. Every memory you've had was in the now, generally speaking, unless you were living in the past or the future. Anyway, so what are you going to do now? What's your life's journey going to be about? What are you going to do with your life? Okay? A lot of people say, I want to accomplish something. Great. And that's fine. That's wonderful. Accomplish something by all means. But accomplishing something isn't going to free you. That's just the way it is. But what will free you is accepting what is. And what is you are a soul. That is who you really, really, really are. Deep, deep, deep down inside of you. Okay? Now you can say, oh, well, I'm a name, or I'm a job, or I'm a this, or I'm a that. But you know what? That's not really you at all. Okay? So anyway, you are a soul. And as such, as a soul, you have access to God. Because God is right there with your soul. Because your soul is part of God. Okay? And He feeds your soul, takes care of it, and makes sure that nothing happens to it. Okay? And what does He feed your soul? What do you think? Love. That's what. And peace. And joy. And that stuff is available to you. Okay? All you have to do is accept who you really are. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult. But if you recognize that this false identity that you have been living under, that has been making all your decisions and has been thinking for you, then you are going to have a miserable life. Because that's what being a false identity does. Now, I'm not going to argue with you about who's false or what's false or any of that shit, okay? But, haven't you ever felt unhappy? I know you have. Because I've felt unhappy. And so has everyone on this planet. And do you know why you felt unhappy? Because you don't know who you are. That's why. You think you're a person. You think you're such and such. Okay? That's who you think you are. But that's not who you really are. And the only way to move forward on your path, okay, which I assume that everyone looking at this tape, not as a tape again, video, I'm old fashioned, sorry about that. Everyone looking at this video should be on the path, okay? Look, we all have our stuff that we have to do in this life, okay? And some of that is going to be achieving things, and that's great, okay? But those achievements aren't going to mean anything unless you have love, because that's what life is all about, is love. Love from the very beginning. Your mom loved you, right? And then when you were born, your dad loved you too. And even if you were in an orphanage or whatever, the thing is, the love was still there. And that's what you need in order to be happy. But unfortunately, love between two people just doesn't last, okay? And then you're unhappy, okay? But there is one love that does last, and that's the love of God. So your choice is, are you going to continue clinging to this person that you think you are and spend your life in misery? Now, I'm not saying that people don't have a happy life. Some people do have a happy life, you know, because they're surrounded by people they love, and so they're getting the love that they need, okay? But those people are eventually going to go away. They're going to drop off the map. They're going to die. And then where will you be? You'll be unhappy. That's where. So, this isn't really about me trying to convince you of anything. You know everything I'm saying is true because it's something you've already heard. It's something you've already known since eons ago. Because the part of you that I'm talking to is your soul. And your soul has been through a lot and has seen a lot. Okay? And it knows that what I'm saying to you is the truth. Okay? Now, we've all had this wool pulled over our eyes of just, I'm a person. I'm alone in this world, and I'm going to have to fight it out if I want to survive, and all that stuff. All lies. Okay? You are not alone. Because you are connected with every single bit of everyone else. Okay? Even though you have this separate body, which is a life form and not you, you still are connected. Okay? And that's evident to people in this world. Okay? And you're connected to God. Now, I've talked about religions before, and my last video was about religion, and a lot of people didn't watch it, which is fine. I don't care. But the fact is that religion is fine. If you want to, have that experience, great. But if you want to feel the love of God, which is never ending, it's always there. Always. Then you need to accept what is. You need to accept that you are not this person that has been wrapped around you since you're old enough to say why. You are a pure, unadulterated soul, which is the most beautiful thing that exists. Okay? Now, everybody, like I said, has their own path in this life. Okay? And if you are on the spiritual path, which means you have accepted that maybe you're not the person you think you are, then that's great. And the more you accept that, the freer you're going to feel. And the more you let go of the things that you're holding on to, the freer you're going to feel as well. Okay? And freedom is the end goal. Okay? Free from the constant hammering thoughts in your head that won't shut up about sex and dirty stuff and stuff you want to do to other people. Okay? That's what's in there. Okay? Because the person who's thinking that, not a person at all, but thinks it is your ego, your fake identity. Okay? And that thing is in charge. It's a thing. Okay? It's a program that was put into us long, long ago. And it has taken over. It has overridden its boundaries. And it's taken the whole computer over. Okay? And it just wants to feel big. That's it. And if it can't feel big because you're not doing good, then it's going to make you feel small. I don't want anyone to feel that way. So, try to remember that you are a being. You're a human being. Okay? That's what you are. And the human part is this form. And the being part is your soul. Have you ever gone into the woods or seen a mountain or looked at the sky with clouds fleecing by? Haven't you felt something? Haven't you experienced something when you did that? Look at these woods. They're so beautiful, so green. And there's nothing to think about. And thinking is really the problem. Paying attention and believing in the thoughts in your head. That's the problem. Anyway. So, in order to get on the path, you have to say that you're unhappy with you. Okay? That's it. You say, I'm unhappy with me. I don't want to be me anymore. Okay? Which, I'll tell you, I didn't want to be me either. And that's just the way it feels, especially after, a few decades have gone by. And you really don't want to be you anymore. But there's no escape. There's no escape. Except one, and that is to awaken. Okay? So, try to remember you beingness. When you are in the woods and you feel nature moving around you, that's your being responding to that. Because all of this has souls too. Okay? This leaf right here. Can't see it. Here's one. Here's a leaf. Anyway, out of camera. But these leaves, okay, are connected to plants and trees that have souls. We call them sparks, the thing that keeps them alive. But really, they're souls, okay? They're a piece of God brought down into this form to exist and to be, to experience life. That's why I don't chop down any trees, because that could be me. So, these things have a connection to God because they're not thinking. Okay? And you feel that connection to God. You feel it. Okay? When you're out here and just for a moment, because of just the beauty of the place, you don't think. Okay? And that connection to God can be something you can have every day in your life. Okay? Whenever you're feeling down or you're feeling irritated or whatever, angry or anything, just accept and take the love that's offered, because it's being offered. If you're lonely, if you don't have a partner, you want love in your life, this is how you can get it. Yeah, I know it's not easy. But you know what? Neither is finding a man if you want one. Okay? So, try to remember that you are not you. You are not the one making the decisions. You are not the one doing the thinking. The thinking is being done for you. It's being thought at you. You can hear the thinking, but you're not generating it. And you're not generating the emotions, which are thoughts. Okay? And as long as you let this thing, which is your fake identity, okay, which is an old program from back in the day when we were primitives. Okay? Control you. Because that's what it's doing. It's controlling you. Okay? Some people live their entire lives under the control of this thing. Okay? Without having love, joy, peace. That's it. And I don't want that to be you. So, I love you all because you're me and I'm you. There is no separation between us. There's no separation between you and God. He is right there with you in this formless dimension that you have an entry to. Okay? Well, clock on the wall is telling me that it's time to go. So, thank you so much for listening. And please, if you have any questions about anything I've said, comment and let me know, and I'll be happy to explain. Okay. Have a great life.